Hello class, this is Scott Parr. Today's date is Monday, the 29th of August, 2022, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to format your written assignments using Google Documents. I do have another tutorial using Microsoft OneDrive and using Microsoft Word 365. It is different in Google Docs, and I know a lot of you use Google Docs, so I thought I might make this updated one for you guys as well. So to start off with, I'm going to create a new document in Google Docs. So I already have a bunch of text already copied that's unformatted, and I'll just paste it in here. And believe it or not, I get a lot of papers that look very similar to this. So the information is all here, it's just not formatted correctly. So let's start off by creating a header. In Google Docs, to create a header, that's in this area up here. So if I double click, that opens the header. You can see this now says that I am in the header. First thing I want to do is put in the page number command. So if I put in page numbers, if I click on that, and I can leave this all as it is. The default is to have the page number in the header. I don't want it in the footer. I do want it to show on the first page, and I do want to start at 1. So now we see we have a page number, and that page number is in a little gray box. And if I click out, you see the gray box goes away. Double click to get back into the header. And you notice on every page, we have a page number now. But there's more to our header than that. I'm going to move the cursor to the other side of the number, and I'm going to put the rest of the information that we want in the header here. So now this is correct, but it's on the wrong side of the page. I want it on the right side. So up in the toolbar, we have our justification, and we can write a line and justify by clicking on that. And now, bingo, we have a perfectly formatted header, and on every page, it's going to automatically update the page number, and it'll be in the right spot on every page. So if I click out of that, bingo, we're on our way. So the next thing, the entire document is supposed to be double spaced. So easy enough, I'll just hit the Control A to select the entire paper. And for here, I'm going to go to Format. And if I go to Line and Paragraph Spacing, I can come down and select double space. And now the entire paper is double spaced the way that it's supposed to be. Okay, so here we have the heading, student name, instructor name, course, and date. I do want the date in here. So if I click on Insert and I come to Date, you can pick whatever date you want, and we can put today's date in here, and that's automatically going to be there. If you want a different date, you can certainly use the calendar. Say you wrote this a couple days ago, that's fine. That is going to have your date correct. Okay, the title of the paper, that should be centered and should be in italics or quotation marks. So if I select the title, and again, up here in the toolbar, I just click Center, and I come over here and click on the I for italics. Alternatively, I could put quotation marks, but don't do both. And now the title is centered and in italics the way that it's supposed to be. In the body, you should have a first line indent. So the first line of every paragraph should be indented a bit. So I'm going to select the entire paper, not the bibliography, just the entire paper. And for this, we're going to go again to Format, Align and Indent, and we want to go to Indentation Options. So we want a special indent. We don't want to indent the entire thing, but we want a first line indent, and it pops up with a default of a 1/2 inch first line indent, and that sounds good to me. We click Apply, and bam, there we go. There's our first line indent, looking better. Next, we have a block quote. So if you have a block quote, the entire quote should be indented, and here we have one. This is a rather large quote, so if I select that entire quote, we're going to go back to our indent options. So we go to Align and Indent, Indent Options, and for Special Indent, we're going to change from first line to none. And we want a left indent, and we're going to make that 0.5, another ½ inch, and we click Apply, and bam, there goes our block indent, looking better. So the bibliography should start a new page. A lot of students will do this manually by hitting the return, but that can become unpredictable and anything changed in the document and now all of a sudden the bibliography is not where it belongs. So if we put the cursor right in front of the word bibliography and we go to insert, we want to put a page break in here. So if we come down to break, page break, and you see it automatically starts on a new page. And then if we change the document and we have more text or less text, this is always going to move to where it's going to start its own page right after the end of the body of your paper. Okay, bibliography. This should be centered and bold, pretty easy. We select this, and up here in the toolbar, we select bold and center. Very easy. Now on our bibliography, there's supposed to be a hanging left indent. So we're going to select all of the sources. We're going to go back up here to Format and come to our Align and Indent, and you guessed it, Indentation Options. And this is a special called a hanging indent, and again defaults to 0.5, and that's fine with me. And now you see that, and this is why they call it a hanging indent, the first line is kind of hanging. It's the second and subsequent lines that are going to be indented. If this is a really long source entry, several lines, you would notice that the second and subsequent lines would all be indented, and then you come to the next source and it is all the way back over to the margin. So anyway, that's it. That is how to format your written assignments using Google Documents, and you can upload this and it's going to look perfect when you get that submitted as your assignment. So as always, if you have any questions, if any of this doesn't make sense, or if you have any problems, please get a hold of me and let me know. That's what I'm here for.